Hey guys, it is wet and rainy outside, drizzling, cold, but it's nice and cozy inside. Today we're going to be making scallops with Chinese broccoli. So here are my ingredients. We have scallops, Chinese broccoli, fried tofu, fresh shiitake mushrooms, green onions, and we definitely have to have the garlic in there as well. And last but not least, the oyster flavor sauce. That is what it's going to give us a yummy flavor. So here I've got the Chinese broccoli cut up with the stems removed. I'm going to show y'all here in a minute how I like to cut it up. The stems take a lot longer to cook, so I normally cut them and cook them first. And then the shiitake mushrooms, I'm going to go ahead and cut those up into little sections also, as well as the fried tofu. Alright, so I normally cut the ends of the stems off, and then here's where the stem is, and I do put about right there. These are pretty small, so I'll leave these alone, and then I'll just set these aside. You want to be able to cook these first, because they are pretty hardy, so they'll take a little bit more time to cook. And cook these first. The leaves don't take very long at all to cook, and you don't want to overcook the leaves anyways, and so it will become too mushy. And just cut to about where the stem and the leaf come together. Okay, for the fresh shiitake mushrooms, I'm going to cut them into probably 1/4 inch size. They shrink as they're cooking, so you want to make sure you don't cut them too small, otherwise they're going to be too small to eat when they're shrunken. So maybe I'd say probably 1/2 inch would be better than 1/4 inch. So about this size is good right here, because they are going to shrink. So that's about good there, and then the stem right here. They're pretty hardy, so you want to at least try to cut them in half like that. Now it's time for green onions. Cut these off, and then I normally cut them to where the stalk and then the upper part of it come together. So probably about maybe 2-inch sections. And also with the onions, they shrivel quite a bit, so you don't want to cut them too small, because then they'll be too small and you won't be able to taste them. Alright, so the tofu, they're probably maybe 1.5 by 1 inch rectangle. So what I do is I just cut them in half. And so once you cut them in half, and these are pre-fried already, so once you cut them in half, your flavor from the oyster flavor sauce, and then also your garlic is going to marinate in here, and it's going to taste really awesome. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you just cut them in half, and it will absorb all that goodness from the oyster flavor sauce. Okay, and as it is still drizzling outside, we are inside cooking where it's nice and warm. Okay, so I've got my garlic chopped up, ready to go. My scallops, Chinese broccoli all chopped up or cut up. my tofu ready to go. And my shiitake mushrooms all ready to go. Let's get stir frying. Alright, so I've got a little bit of oil in here with the chopped garlic. We're going to get the garlic nice and golden brown. And once that's golden brown, then we're going to go ahead and put the stems in. The Chinese broccoli stems. Alright, so the garlic's been a little bit browned up, ready to go, so we're going to start adding in our stems. Okay, when you give those a stir. And normally I just cook these for a couple of minutes. And when they get a little bit soft, you can see that the color changes to a little bit of darker green, and that should be ready to go. And then what I'll do is I'll start putting in my onions. Okay, now you've got it to about this consistency here. Definitely gotten softer, and the color's turning a little bit darker green. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add in the shiitake mushrooms. They take about the second longest to cook because they're pretty hardy. Okay, let's give that a stir. Very nice, beautiful colors. And that brought down the temperature a little bit, so I'm just going to bump that temperature back up. There we go. Alright, now that everything's cooked in, we're going to go ahead and add in our oyster flavor sauce. And I normally put in maybe about, say, probably 3-4 tablespoons full. And you can add more, add less, depending on how you like it. And the oyster flavor sauce gives you the saltiness in there as well. So you don't need to add any salt. And you just add as much as you want or as little as you want, just depends on how you like it and how salty you like it. And that flavor is going to soak into your scallops, your veggies, and your tofu perfectly. Give that a little bit of stir. Your veggies are nice and cooked well. Your mushrooms are cooked as well. Give that a little taste here. I'm going to put just a little bit more in. Okay, continue stirring that in. Let that sauce cook just for a little bit, and then we are ready to plate and have ourselves a good lunch. Okay guys, you ready to eat? Alright, so here I've got the Chinese broccoli. This is the stem, cooked to perfection, not too soft and not too undercooked. Scallops, nice and springy, still nice and fresh tasting. You got the tofu here, the leaves, and we've got the fresh shiitake mushrooms. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and eat it with the satay. It's chili oil. Now you can eat it with chili oil or not. It's up to you, but I like to add a little bit of flavor to kick it up a little bit. And I've got it in there with some soy sauce. So let's go ahead and try some of this scallop. Woo! That's spicy. Woo! Scallop is so good. Try some of this tofu here. Chinese broccoli. And this is the leaf. Let me wash that down a little bit with some Thai tea. Gotta keep it Asian. That hits the spot. Alright, I've got some white rice here. Give me some more of that shiitake mushroom. Tastes so good. Alright, dip some more of the satay here. Get it nice and spicy. Scallops. Tastes so good. So there it is, scallops and Chinese broccoli. Super simple recipe, easy to make. Anyone can make this at home, okay? Don't be afraid, it's not intimidating, it's super easy to make. Most of these ingredients, pretty much all these ingredients can be bought at your local Asian market. So do not be intimidated, you can do this. So please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for the next video. And I hope you like this. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.